Raihan coming up against one of his former clubs. Lovely switch out to Faizal. And sometimes the thing about having a right-footed player on the left is he's always going to be looking to cut back onto his favourite foot.
I think it's a good thing to have a right-footed player on the left, especially if the player is someone who likes to run into the defenders, especially because they like to take on their men, because you give them a bit of exposure to the inside so they can take a shot, they can try to put a curler in. But I think a player like Faizal, he's not someone who's going to take on a man, so I think it takes a bit of the speed of the game a little. He comes back into his right leg, but definitely he's someone that can actually deliver good crosses in as well. But probably the strikers need to work a little more in the box.
Yeah, that's about the profile of the player. Faizal has been a good outlet for them down the left, in the sense that he's been available. He's gone down. Oof, that is a painful one to the face from Yuma Suwa. Well, it's going to be a big call coming here. There's going to be an on-field review. I don't know if there was an intentional elbow from Yuma Suwa, but certainly a painful one for Faizal Roslan. There you go. Get flushed to the face. Oof. What do you think, Adam? Looks like Suwa could be in trouble, or?
Yeah, I think he's definitely in trouble now, especially with the replay going at slow motion. During the game, I thought it wasn't anything much, but I think the referee having the VAR, it's looking a little bit malicious now. And I don't know, in my opinion, it's also hard to make a decision now.
Yeah, I tell you what, the more you look at that, the more it seems like Suwa is just having a swing of his arm. Wow, well, if he has, I mean, that is a pretty silly thing to do. Quite disgraceful. I mean, you look at that and it just goes swinging with the elbow. The more it's sort of slowed down and replayed this way, I think it might have just been a moment of frustration, because he feels that arm from Faizal over his shoulder, and then he just swings his arm and connects with the face. I reckon it's a moment of madness from Suwa. There's that arm from Faizal, and there's that left elbow from Suwa. I guess it's one of those, Adam, where because it's happened as well, you're putting it in the hands of the officials now. It's out of your control.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's also a tough time for the referee, Mazlan, in his first game as a main referee of the game, and you have to make these kind of big calls. Even I would be thinking maybe taking 10 minutes to make that decision.
And thankfully for us, Adam is not a referee. Otherwise we'd be here for at least 10 minutes ahead on. Well, he hasn't thankfully needed 10 minutes to make up his mind. The qualified official, Mazlan Magira, he goes across, and that's going to be a straight red. And that's probably, the way he reacts here, Yuma Suwa, is probably an acceptance. And I think he knows that what he's done isn't very clever.
I think he definitely felt the contact when he swung his elbow back. Definitely, I don't think he has any intent to actually hurt the player, but I think it's just out of frustration at that moment when Faizal Roslan was tugging him away. So he just wanted to get away from the situation, and I think the moment he swung his elbow and he felt Faizal's face, he knew he's going to be in big trouble.
Oh. So a bit of a boost for Tanjong Pagar, and some problems for Hougang at the start of this second half. It is the first time that Yuma Suwa has been sent off in his career.
I would say he's pretty unlucky with that, because you can see that he's not a player of a lot of emotions. He doesn't go into challenges randomly and stuff, but in heat of the moment, he just got a bit frustrated with Faizal's tugging, and I think he just lashed out his elbow, and unfortunately it hit Faizal right in the face, and there's VAR now. You can't run away from that.
It is the right call, and he accepted it as well. First red card of his career. Suwa, who has played in Lithuania, in Serbia, and in Montenegro.